50% of their capacity, but their lease and rent obligations have not been reduced. What policies would you support to assist these small businesses during and after this pandemic, Pam? You have 90 seconds.
Yes, that's a very difficult issue to address because the revenues that they because of the revenues that they have lost. But I think we need to look at a system in Virginia to provide perhaps low interest loans or grants to these small businesses to allow them to have some operating capital as they move towards full uh, a fuller business and a robust business after this pandemic is over. In Prince William County, we have some economic incentives and that assist small businesses. And perhaps the state can do something similar. So I would advocate for either grants or low interest loans for our small businesses to help them get on their the right foot and to give them some stability as they move forward through this pandemic. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. So now we will continue with Rosha. Rosha, you have 90 seconds.
Thank you so much. So first, I will say that we do need to invest in our small businesses. I do believe that we should be able to pass legislation or sponsor legislation dealing with extended leases. Also, entertain a moratorium on rent as well. As we're still fighting the COVID-19, we also need to understand what the economy will look like after COVID. Small businesses are closing at an alarming rate. Unemployment is still increasing due to job closings. So post COVID, we need to invest in small businesses because as we see after the 2008 recession, the economy was put back on track due to small businesses. And thank you.
Thank you, Rosha. So then we will continue with Naisha. Naisha, you have 90 seconds.
I believe that we need to have a tax policy that makes the billionaires and the uber wealthy millionaires pay their fair share. At this point, right now, someone is making $20,000 a year, pays the same state tax as someone making $5 million a year, and that's just unfair. Small businesses are the backbone of our economy and our society, and we need grants. And small businesses should be partnered with the federal government, which because we need cash relief now. Um, Instead of the CARES Act going to large corporations, they need to go to small businesses. Republicans say that they're for small businesses, but they leave them behind. I have been working so much in my community to help the small businesses that are here. I've started small grassroots programs in order to bring back what is necessary income for those small businesses and those families in this area. It is near and dear to my heart. There has to be something that is done. Congress needs to act. The state needs to act and resolve these issues that we are need to pay dire attention to right now concerning the death of small businesses.
Thank you. So, Candy, the floor is yours. You have 90 seconds.
Thank you. I think we need to first start with redefining truly small businesses. I agree with Naisha. There are so many large corporations benefiting for things that are designed for small businesses. So I think we need to get very clear on what a small business is. In addition to increasing grants, I think that we need to reevaluate the way the state uses its own power. When I worked in the General Assembly, we had an emphasis on state procurement and setting aside space and bids for small businesses, specifically for state agencies, which are huge billion-dollar industries. And right now, that needs to be reevaluated. We need to make policies that will force state agencies to do more work with small businesses because they are capable and they are the backbone of our communities. But we need legislators that will first hold us accountable for what a small business actually is and then how we work with them.
Thank you, Candy. All right, we're going to go to the last question. And we have been doing a very good job keeping up on time. And I just want to remind the audience that all of these are called questions. None of the candidates have been these questions in advance, and they are doing an amazing job. So we're going to go to the last question. And this time, we are going to start with Candy. You will be the first person to answer this question. Oh, it says Rosha here. I think who goes first? I think Candy, it's your turn to go first. No, it's Rosha. Sorry, my bad. All right, question number 9. Rosha, you're going to go first. In November, Governor Ralph Northam announced his intention to work with the General Assembly to legalize marijuana this upcoming session. Virginia would become the first Southern state to do so. What is your stance on marijuana legalization? Again, one more time. In November, Governor Ralph Northam announced his intention to work with the General Assembly to legalize marijuana this upcoming session. Virginia would become the first Southern state to do so. What is your stance on marijuana legalization, Rosha? You have 90 seconds.
Thank you so much for that question. I do believe that marijuana should be legal, either for medicinal or recreational use. And if I'm not mistaken, Delegate Jennifer Carroll Foy did introduce legislation before Governor Ralph Northam did decide to talk about legalization of marijuana. I do believe that if legal and if passed, that we can use the revenue from legalizing marijuana and place it back into the communities that were affected by marijuana. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rosha. So, Naisha, you are going to be next, and you have 90 seconds.
I do stand by Virginia legalizing marijuana. Okay, for recreational purposes, I agree with you, and I believe that it has a great health benefit. I've seen families who have spoken even of their children who have had debilitating diseases in which the health benefits of the marijuana really, really change the trajectory of them and their children. We need to not only legalize it, but we need to decriminalize it also and regulate it. The revenue from the regulation should be invested into the communities harmed or failed with this failed war on drugs. That means helping small businesses and building affordable housing and paying teachers more, and anyone with marijuana convictions in the state should have automatic expungement if we are able to get that passed and legalizing marijuana.
Okay, we're gonna go into a recess. There is some issues here in the background. Just give us 30 seconds